All right, here we go. Conclusion of the Big League Championship, Game 5. Series tied 2-2 right now between the Somerville Moneyline and the San Diego Seals. I'm here with Chris again tonight. We're going to wrap this thing up, and then we're going to move on to Out of the Park 25. So hope everybody's ready for that. It's going to be kind of a slow changeover tonight because I have no idea what I'm doing, but we'll get it figured out. We'll boot up in the new game. So good luck to our two GMs. We'll see how this thing plays out. Right now, we are in Somerville for Game 5, and then back to San Diego for Games 6 and Game 7. So whenever you're ready, Chris, you can get this thing going. Looks like we got Cowles and Marksberry back on the mound. The Game 1 matchup, a rematch. Just looking at the lineups, looks like pretty much the same lineups we've seen throughout. Adam Jointer, maybe a different name there. I don't think I've been calling his name much.
Nope, I haven't called
Maybe
him.
a little adjustment for the money line here.
All right, without further ado, let's get things started.
Mike Wilson leading things off against Marksberry in the first. That's the next thing we have to fix is stadiums. This looks good. It's Somerville. I mean, it's the Twins, but at least there's
I
orange
know.
in the stadium seats
I
now.
was gonna say that the other day too. I was like, it looks nice, better than the other stadium, but it's too bad it's the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, we'll have to fix that somehow. All right, one out. Clark Heine at the plate. He's going to ground it to the shortstop. It's going to be the second out. That'll bring up the three hitter, BJ Swart. Swart's going to ground out to the shortstop. Quick 1-2-3 for the Seals. Somerville coming up. Chris Juliano leading things off against Cowles. He's going to start things off with a strikeout. If you remember in game 1, I think Cowles had like 9 strikeouts and 6 walks.
He was
Not
wild
allowing
thing.
a lot not allowing a lot of balls in play. Nelson Reyes at the plate. Reyes bloops it to left field, but the fielder's there. That's going to be out number 2. That'll bring up the 3-hitter for Somerville in Frank Escobar. So it feels like Escobar's moved up the lineup as well. I feel like he was hitting cleanup. Escobar drives it to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Whoa, 2-out single. It's going to bring up MJ. He grounds out to first. It's going to retire the side. So 1 hit, no runs after 1-0-0. Top of the second, leading things off for the Seals. It's going to be Jim Green. And he gets him looking. Marksberry gets him looking. It's going to be out number 1 and the first strikeout of the game for Marksberry. It's going to bring up the 5-hitter Bill Bryce. Second strikeout of the game for Marksberry. Bryce grounds out to the third baseman, 2 down. Rengifo at the plate. Rengifo grounds out to the second baseman. 1-2-3 go the Seals again. On to the bottom of the second we go. Leading things off for the Somerville money line, it's going to be Adam Jointer. Only 6 for 37 this postseason, but I did see he was 4 for 9 against Adam Cowles. And he gets another base hit, so he continues his good fortune against this matchup with a single. So 1 out, leadoff base runner. Ken Stevens at the plate. He's going to bloop it to right field. That's going to be another base hit. So now first and second with nobody down. Moneyline has something stewing here at the bottom of the second. The number 7 hitter at the plate, Trevino. See what he can do. He's struggled this postseason, hitting just 160. He's going to, sliding catch by the left fielder. Great play to prevent a hit. BJ Swart out there in left field. He's going to keep it at first and second now with one down for Edwin Melkor. Melkor hits it deep to center, and the center fielder's there, but runner for tags from second to third, so we have runners in the corners now with 2 down. Yamashita at the plate, and he's going to ground out to the third baseman, and that's going to get the Seals out of the jam. After 2, we're still scoreless. Here in the top of the third, we've got Caleb Brumleve leading things off. Brumleve's going to watch strike 3 on a 1-2 pitch. Glenn Marks at the plate. Glenn Marks is going to ground out to the third baseman. 2 down. The number 9 hitter, Ryan Wilson. Strike 3 swinging. 4 strikeouts for Marksberry. He's perfect through 3. So great start on that end of things for the money line. Chris Juliano leading things off now against Adam Cowles, who's been pretty good himself. He strikes out Juliano to lead things off in the third. Nelson Reyes at the plate. Reyes is going to single to right field, so a 1-out base runner. Oh, he's going for 2. He's going to be there standing, so a 1-out double for the money line, and they have a runner in scoring position here for Frank Escobar. Full count, and Escobar hits it to left field. Left fielder's there. That's going to be out number 2. MJ has a chance. He's going to hit it to the right fielder, so that is going to retire the side. After 3, we are scoreless as we go to the 4th. Mike Wilson, top of the order for the Seals. Wilson's going to ground out to the shortstop. 1 down. Clark Heine at the plate. And he's going to bloop it into center field, but the center fielder is in and he's there, so that's out number 2. We'll bring up the number 3 hitter, BJ Swart. Swart grounds it to the second baseman. 1, 2, 3, go the Seals again. After 3.5, we're scoreless. Coming up for the money line here in the 4th, Adam Jointer to lead things off. Jointer's going to ground out to the second baseman, 1 down. We'll bring up Ken Stevens. Stevens is going to draw a 3-1 walk, or a walk on a 3-1 pitch, I should say. So 1-out base runner for the money line for Jesus Trevino. Trevino is going to ground to the shortstop, and that's going to be a double play. So the runner's eliminated pretty quickly there. On to the top of the 5th we go. Jim Green leading things off against Marksberry. He grounds out to the first baseman, 1 down. Bill Bryce at the plate. Bryce hits it up the middle. It's going to be the first base hit of the game for the Seals. First base runner breaks up the perfect game bid. although it was still early. But man on first with one down for Jose Rengifo. Rengifo loops it to left field, 2 down. Caleb Brumley's at the plate. And that's going to be the third out as he flies to the left fielder as well. So after 4.5, we are scoreless. On to the bottom of the fifth with Edwin Melkor leading things off against Cowles. He's going to line a base hit in the right field. See if he goes for two. He does. He's going to get in there. Leadoff double for Edwin Melkor. He's going to bring up the 9-hitter. Kimitade Yamashita at the plate. He's going to ground it to the third baseman. First out. The runner stays at second. Juliano back at the top of the order, leading things off. He's going to bloop a base hit in the center field, and that's going to just advance the runner. He had to kind of wait to see if it would drop. First and third now with one out. Getting to the meat of the order here in Nelson Reyes. Oh, and Juliano's going to try to steal second. He's going to be out. That is unfortunate. So 2 down now for Reyes. Man still in third. Wild pitch. I think this is going to score a run. It does. So Somerville scores the first run on a wild pitch in the fifth. Reyes is up there now. The base is empty, but the work's been done for him. I'm sure he's relieved about that. He takes that full count, and maybe he's not relieved. Maybe he was relaxed the whole time because he just crushes that one. 434 feet. That was way out of here. The money line. Take a 2-0 lead on the Nelson Reyes solo home run. 5th home run of the postseason for Reyes. It's going to bring up Frank Escobar. And he's going to line this in right field. That's going to be extra bases. He runs the path. Base path is headed for 2. A 2-out double for Escobar. It's going to bring up the the cleanup hitter in Mike James. James strikes out. So that is the inning, but not before the money line. Take a 2-0 lead on the wild pitch and the solo home run. On to the 6th we go. Seals leading things off. Glenn Marks. He strikes out swinging. 1 down. Wilson at the plate. He's going to bloop this to right field, but the right fielder's there. 2 down. And we'll bring up the other Wilson, Mike Wilson, back to the top of the order. Ground out to the third baseman. So 1, 2, 3 go the Seals in the 6th. Marksberry is cruising. He's got a pretty low pitch count right now. Adam Jointer leading things off against Cowles. Grounds it to the second baseman. 1 down. Ken Stevens. He's going to knock a base hit up the middle. So a 1-out base hit, single, puts a runner on for the money line. Or Jesus Trevino. Again, just 8 hits this postseason. He's definitely struggled. It's going to be an error by the second baseman there, so Trevino's going to reach. He's going to move Stevens up to second base. First and second with 1 out. And Edwin Melkor at the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. Melkor's going to line it to the left fielder. Oh, and the left fielder drops it. So back-to-back errors here. They didn't give an error to the second baseman on that last play, so that was actually an infield single. But that was an error right there by the left fielder. We've got the bases juiced here for Yamashita with 1 out. Cal's still in there at 90-something pitches. Oh, big base hit into the gap, and that's going to probably clear the bases. We'll have to see here. At least 2 are going to score. Looks like all 3, so it's going to be a 5-0 lead for the money line here in the bottom of the 6th. Chris Juliano at the plate. Juliano lines it to the center fielder. It's going to be out number 2. Runner stays at second base. 2 down. Nelson Reyes.
Got a new pitcher.
In there to face Brian Oley. Brian Oley coming into the game. Just 2.2 innings this postseason. Hasn't given up a run yet. And that's going to be a base hit down the line. This might score another run. It does. So Somerville extends the lead. 6-0 here. Frank Escobar at the plate. Escobar strikes out, so that's going to end the inning, but Somerville does some heavy damage here in the 6th, and they take a 6-0 lead into the top of the 7th. Right now, Marksberry's only given up the 1 hit, and he's 77 pitches, so he's looking pretty good right now. Clark Heine leading things off for the Seals. All 4 to lead things off. So the Seals have a leadoff base runner for BJ Swart. Swart hits this into the gap, so maybe some life here for the Seals. Clark Heine might score on this. This is way into the gap. Yep, BJ Swart's going for 3. That's going to be a triple. So a run-scoring triple for BJ Swart, and the Seals have some life here, down 6-1. Jim Green coming to the plate. Swart on third and nobody out. It's going to ground out to the shortstop. That's going to score the run. The Seals get another one, 6-2. For Bill Bryce now with 1 out and the bases cleared. And Bryce gets a hold of this one. It's going to be out of here. So in the blink of an eye, the Seals have cut the lead in half, 6-3. Bill Bryce down the left field line, 379 feet. Jose Rengifo to the plate. Rengifo hits this to the center fielder. That's going to be out number 2. Caleb Brumleve to face Marksberry, who's now at 97 pitches, so he might be done after this inning. Brumleve hits into the gap. It's going to be extra bases. So the Seals aren't done yet. Glenn Marks at the plate. Marks hits it to center field. That's going to drop. That's going to score Brumleve. So 6-4. All of a sudden, it's a 2-run game. The Seals respond here in the 7th. Ryan Wilson at the plate. And he's going to strike out. That's going to end the inning. But, again, the Seals put 4 on the scoreboard. They trail 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
That dangerous Seals offense.
Yeah.
Came alive.
Mike James at the plate to lead things off for the Somerville money line against Brian Oley, who's still in there. He's going to line out to the center fielder, 1 down. Adam Jointer. Swings and misses, 2 down. And Ken Stevens at the plate, 2 for 2 on the day. He's also 9 for 18 this postseason. He's playing really great right now. Former 7th round pick in 2005. I like how it shows that kind of stat. And 1, 2, 3 go the money line. So after 7, they still have the lead, 6-4. 6 outs remaining for the Seals here in Game 5. Mike Wilson at the plate against DJ Marksberry, still out there at 102 pitches. We'll see if he makes it through the 8th inning or not. Crowd down to the second baseman, so Mike Wilson is retired, 1 down. He's going to bring up Clark Heine and Adam Claypool now in the game, so Marksberry is out now. Claypool's been pretty bad this postseason. He's given up 9 runs in just 7.2 innings pitched. So hopefully he can turn it around. I think he actually pitched earlier this series, though, and he pitched pretty well. So maybe going in the right direction.
Yeah, they get a bad playoff series.
Yep. Heine hits this pretty good to center field, but center fielder's there, and that's going to be out number 2. BJ Swart at the plate.
Pitching change with Ryan Richard.
Oh yeah, look at that one pitch, or one batter faced for Claypool. And Ryan Richard in there hasn't given up a run yet, but not much experience this postseason. Swart's going to crush this down the line. That is gone. So add one more to the Seals tally, 6-5 all of a sudden. We've got a 1-run game for Jim Green. Jim Green's going to hit this the opposite way, and that's going to drop for a base hit. See if it's a single. Looks like a single, so 2-out base runner for Bill Bryce. 2 for 3 on the day with a home run.
With a new pitcher as well, Joel Greenway.
Yeah, another pitching change. 4th pitcher of the inning now for the Somerville money line. 5.2 innings pitched here this postseason, giving up just the 1 run. Trying to get them out of the jam here in the 8th. And he hits the first batter he faces on an 0-2 pitch, so he completely loses Bill Bryce. That's going to put 2 on for Rengifo. Rengifo strikes out, so they get out of the jam. They give up 1 more, so 6-5 as we go to the 8th, bottom of the 8th. Trevino leading things off.
Ole is still out there.
He's only got 12 pitches through 1.1 innings pitched. It's pretty amazing.
I know.
And he flies out to the left fielder for the first out. On a full count, so he just, yeah. There's 6 pitches, that's funny. Edwin Melkor at the plate. Melkor strikes out swinging, 2 down. Yamashita. 1-2-3 goes the money line. On to the top of the 9th we go for the Seals. 6-5.
Joel Greenway is still out there to start the top of the 9th.
Yep. Facing Brumleve, and Brumleve is going to draw a lead-off walk. So lead-off runner on for the Seals here in the 9th inning. Glenn Marks at the plate. Base hit, so first 2 on here in the 9th. The Seals are threatening. 1st and 3rd, he goes from 1st to 3rd. That was a little risky. But I feel like the money line, their closer's tired. I think he's pitched like back-to-back days. Because both those games we just saw were like 2-1 and 1-0.
Yeah,
I think he went like multiple innings in both.
I think you're correct.
Domingo Ganoza in the pinch hit for the Seals. Let's see if Greenway can recover here. 1-0 pitch. It's going to be hit to the left fielder. It's pretty shallow. I don't think they're going to see a tag here. We don't. So runners hold. 1 down. Mike Wilson at the plate. And he's going to walk on 4 pitches. That's going to load the bases in the 9th. For Clark Heine's 0 for 3 on the game, and he's hitting 167 this postseason. Would love to break out of it right here. Greenway still out there. This is his game to close, it looks like. And Heine crushes this one to the left fielder, though. I think it's going to be deep enough to tie this ball game. It is. So a sacrifice fly here in the ninth makes this a 6-6 game, and that's going to bring up B.J. Swart, the very dangerous B.J. Swart, with 2 on and 2 out. Swart hits this down the line. This is going to score the go-ahead run at least into the corner. 2 runs are going to score. This is going to give the Seals an 8-6 lead. They've come all the way back here in the last 3 innings of this game. Take the 8-6 lead, and they've got a runner on second here for Jim Green. Intentionally walked, so 2 on for Bill Bryce now. Greenway's still out there, and he didn't get the job done, unfortunately. It's going to be a fly ball to the right fielder, but Seals 3 more runs here in the ninth. They score in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. They lead 8-6, so all of a sudden 3 outs left for Somerville here in Game 5. They're going to have to go back and take 2 from the Seals in San Diego. Juliano leading things off against Brandon Bradshaw, the closer now for the Seals in on the game. He's been pretty good this postseason. 4.2 innings pitched, just the 1 run. Juliano's going to hit this to center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. So the money line, starting things off strong here in the bottom half. It's going to bring up the number 2 hitter, Nelson Reyes. Reyes is going to ground to the second base. This might be a double play. It is. So twin killing. That is going to hurt their chances of coming back here, but we've got Frank Escobar coming to the plate now with 2 down. Escobar crushes this one, and that's gone. If only there was a man on base. And it is 8-7 now. Escobar trying to keep them alive. Goes opposite field. It's going to be up to Miguel Herrera in here to pinch hit. Not a power hitter, looking to get on base, though. And he does. Oh, maybe not. He does. The second baseman made a great play on it, but wasn't able to come up with the throw. So, tying run on first base now for Adam Jointer. And he's stealing, and he's there. So Miguel Herrera moves up in a risky play, but tying run in scoring position now at second base. See if Jointer can do anything. And he can, and drops in the gap. It's going to tie the game 8-8. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. What a crazy, crazy game this is turning out to be. That's going to bring up Manny Alvarado now. Still 2 outs. Adam Jointer comes up the hero here in Game 5 for the money line. Maybe. It's not over yet. See what Alvarado can do here against Bradshaw. They're going to put him on intentionally. Chris Flowers now in the pinch hit. Looks like Alvarado is a pinch hitter as well. So Moneyline going to their bench here heavy in the ninth, and it's paid off so far. Flowers is going to ground out to the first baseman on this one. That's going to end the inning. So we've got extras here in Game 5 after a wild second half of this game. We've got a new hitter for the Seals in Kabul Kartini. He must have come in as a defensive replacement because I don't see him with a PH symbol. He's going to face off against Danny Estrada for the money line. 1.2 innings pitched this postseason. Pretty fresh. Let's see what we got going here. And Kartini's going to get a leadoff walk here for the Seals, and that's going to bring up Brumleve. Oh, and they pick off Kartini. That is embarrassing. He hasn't had a lot of playing time this postseason, and not going to get much more after a play like that, let me tell you. Caleb Brumley's at the plate now with 1 out.
I was like, what happened?
Brumley grounds out to the first baseman, 2 down. Glenn Marks at the plate. Marks is going to fly out in the foul territory to the third baseman. That's going to retire the side in the 10th, top of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th we go for the money line. Edwin Melkor at the plate. Brandon Bradshaw, the closer, still in there for his second inning of work, and he gets Melkor swinging. Yamashita with 1 out. And he's going to get Yamashita looking, so Bradshaw in a little groove here now. Juliano at the plate. It's going to be a pop-up to the third baseman. 1, 2, 3, go the money line. On to the 11th. Corey Henderson in, looks like, again, defensive replacement up for the first time here in the postseason, 0 for 0. He's going to face off against Estrada in there for his second inning of work. Henderson walks. Wilson at the plate. And a check swing, but that's strike 3, 1 out. Clark Heine. It's going to be a base hit, and runner's going to go to third. So runners now on the corners for the Seals. They're threatening here in the top of the 11th to take this lead back. For BJ Swart, who's 3 for 5 on the game already, 4 RBIs.
Dangerous.
I'd put him on.
I'd put him on. Yeah, I would too. I wouldn't pitch to him. They're crazy.
And he's gonna fly out down the line to the right fielder in foul territory. The right fielder gets over there down the line, makes the catch, and throws it back to keep the runner at third.
Guess it wasn't that crazy. Ballsy.
Hey, they got lucky. Jim Green at the plate.
Another dangerous guy. They intentionally walking him?
He's an old man.
Strike
3. Strike 3. It just said right there. That's strikeout number 20 for Jim Green this postseason. He's getting up there. He's hitting 182 this postseason. Moneyline, get out of the jam. On to the bottom of the 11th we go. Nelson Reyes is going to lead things off.
Hector Marquez coming
Marquez
in
the pitch for the Seals. Good call. I feel like Marquez is the setup man usually. Leadoff base hit to center field for Reyes. Frank Escobar is going to come up with a man on first.
He's the one that brought it to 8-7, correct, I believe.
Yeah, with a solo homer. He also has 2 playoff MVP, series MVP trophies. He's a dangerous hitter. See if Marquez can get him. Marquez gets him to ground out into a double play, so he eliminates the runner. So quickly 2 down now for the money line. Miguel Herrera at the plate. Herrera lines out to center field. That's going to do it for the 11th inning. On to the 12th we go. Tied at 8. Bill Bryce leading things off, 2 for 4 on the game. Against Danny Estrada, who's up there in pitch count. Looks like his bar is pretty tired. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit double, it looks like, for Bill Bryce. 3rd hit of the game for Bryce. Cartini, who walked and then got picked off first in extra innings in the face of Estrada. He strikes out swinging. He's going to bring up Brumleaf. Ball 4. They're going to put him on intentionally for Glenn Marks. And what happened there? Hit by pitch?
Yeah.
All right. We've got bases juiced then for San Diego here. With just 1 out. Corey Henderson. They must have no one left in the bullpen if Estrada's still out there pitching. And they're going to get the man at home safe at first, so the bases are going to remain loaded, but they get the run, prevent the run from scoring. It's going to bring up Mike Wilson,
with a
and we
new
do have a
pitcher.
pitching change. Ethan Mona in the game, 2 innings pitched this postseason. And it's going to be lined to the left fielder. Left fielder's there, though. That's going to retire the side. Seals lead them loaded in the 12th. On the bottom half we go.
Can't say the Seals haven't been trying.
Adam Jointer at the plate against Marquez out there for inning number 2. Jointer's going to pop it up in the infield. Out number 1. Grotto, Mario Grotto in there. Must come in as a defensive replacement. First at bat of the game. Hasn't been very successful at the plate in the postseason. I think he's more of a defensive guy. But he has a base hit down the line here. It's going to be extra bases on his way to second. So a 1 out double for the money line. And the winning run at second for Chris Flowers. 0 for 1 on the game today. They're going to walk him intentionally. So first and second for Edwin Melkor. 1 for 5 today for the catcher. He's going to bloop it to the left fielder who's there. 2 down, runners stay at first and second. It's going to bring up the number 9 here in Yamashita, who's also 1 for 5 in the day, but he does have 3 RBIs. He had the bases clearing double after the error back in the, what was that, the 7th inning?
6th inning.
6th inning. Way back.
Is it going to drop?
He's going to hit this. It's going to drop.
It's going to drop.
And that's it. The money line win it. Money line win it in 12, 9 to 8. Yamashita is the hero.
The 9-hitter.
Quite the game. That was an instant classic right there, I think.
I agree. That was a
TBL
great game.
games played. Player of the game, Chris, without cheating and looking?
I'm going to say Yamashita.
Nelson
Oh, it was Nelson Reyes.
Reyes.
Well, I mean, he didn't have that great of a game. He just had the game-winning hit, so, you know.
Yeah, he had 2 nice hits. He had the most RBIs on the team. I could have seen Yamashita. But crazy game right there. So Somerville takes a 3-2 series lead. They win all 3 games at home. But now we go back to San Diego, and they're going to have to win 1 on the road to become the TBL champions. Why don't we get game 6 queued up and then take a couple-minute break? Because that was a long game.
Yeah, I had somebody enter the house and my dog's barking, so perfect time.
All right, here we go. Game 6.
Got Craig Robinette, Owen Singleton.
Rematch game 2. See how it turns out. Starting things off, Juliano.
Yeah, the Minnesota Twins Park looks a lot better than this one.
I guess, yeah.
Man,
Nelson Reyes at the plate. Base hit left field. 1 out. Single. Frank Escobar. Escobar is going to hit it to center field. It's going to be a base hit, so 2 on, 1 out for Mike James. Mike James is going to fly out to the right fielder, so that's going to be the second out of the inning. Next up, Adam Jointer. Jointer, wild pitch. Second and third now for the money line as they both move up. See if Jointer can come up with another big hit after the huge hit in the ninth inning. Game 5. He's going to fly out to the right fielder here, and that's going to end the inning. After a half inning, scoreless as the Seals come up for the first time. Mike Wilson leading things off against Singleton. Wilson drives it deep to center, right center, but the center fielder gets over there and makes the play. It's 1 down. Clark Heine at the plate. He's going to ground out to the second baseman, 2 down. B.J. Swart. Swart has done everything in his power to try to bring the Seals a championship here after the trade deadline. 17 RBIs, if you had just seen that on the screen, in the postseason.
wow.
But he strikes out there. 1, 2, 3 go the Seals. Scoreless going to the second. Ken Stevens leading things off for the money line. One down on the ground out. Jesus Trevino next. And he grounds out to the third baseman, 2 down. Edwin Melchor at the plate. And he's going to pop up on the infield. So 1, 2, 3 go the money line in the second. Here come the Seals. Leading things off for the Seals, Jim Green. Jim Green pops it up, 1 down. Bill Bryce at the plate. Two down on the strikeout. It's going to bring up Rengifo. Rengifo lines it to the right fielder, but he's right there. 1, 2, 3 go the Seals. After 2, scoreless. Leading things off for the money line, Yamashita, the hero of Game 5. Bases clearing in the 6th. And the game winner in the 12th. Grounds out here in the 3rd. 1 down. Chris Juliano at the plate. Base hit. Nelson Reyes.
Wow.
Liner to first. Runner gets back. 2 down. Frank Escobar at the plate. And
out by a mile.
Juliano thrown out. Yeah, a lot of thrown out base runners, I feel like.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well.
Bottom of the 3rd to go. Caleb Brumley leading things off against Singleton. He crushes it to left field, and that drops for a base hit. Leadoff single. Glenn Marks at the plate. Marks is going to ground out to the second baseman. He flips to the shortstop to get the lead runner. 1 down, fielder's choice. It's going to bring up Ryan Wilson. Ryan Wilson walks. 2 on now with 1 out for the top of the order and Mike Wilson. Wilson drives it to center field. Center fielder makes a sliding catch. No. What happened? Hit off the wall. All right. So a run scores. A double for Mike Wilson, and the Seals take a 1-0 lead here in the 3rd. I couldn't tell what happened there. Clark Heine at the plate.
You clearly weren't watching.
Yeah, clearly. Yep. I'm way back here in the press box. It's like hard to see. And that's going to be a base hit. So Clark Heine comes up big, drives in another run. 2-0. The Seals extend the lead. The 1st and 3rd for BJ Swart. Just 1 out one out still. He's going to hit that to the first baseman. A run is going to score, so ground out, but it scores the 3rd run of the game for the Seals. And Jim Green's at the plate here. Heine up at 2nd and 2 down. Strikes out, so it's going to end the inning, but not before the Seals put up 3 runs. They take that 3-0 lead into the top of the 4th. Frank Escobar leading things off for the money line. And Frank Escobar crushes it, but it's caught by the center fielder. 1 down. Mike James at the plate. Two down. Adam Jointer. Jointer strikes out, so 1, 2, 3 go the money line. Onto the bottom half we go. Bill Bryce at the plate. Strike 3. Rengifo. Strike 3. And bring up Brumleve. He's going to crush this to the right field. But the right fielder is there. 1, 2, 3 go the Seals. On to the 5th. Ken Stevens at the plate. Craig Robinette. Still out there pitching very well. He gets him a ground out to 2nd, 1 down. Trevino. Grounds out to the shortstop, 2 down. I'll bring up the catcher in Edwin Melkor. Bloop base hit to left field. 2 out single for Yamashita. He's going to hit it down the base, 3rd baseline. He's going to get in the corner. Runner going to score from 1st. I think he is. So it looks like the money line are on the board 3-1 now as a 2-out double by Yamashita gets the scoring started for them. Chris Juliano back to the top of the order. And Robinette gets him to ground out. So after 4.5, San Diego 3, Somerville 1. You can tell Robinette doesn't have his best stuff. He likes to strike guys out. He only has 1 strikeout right now from 5. He still has only given up 1 run. So Glenn Marks at the plate. Marks hits this well, but right to the left fielder who moves over and gets there. 1 down. That's going to bring up Ryan Wilson. 2 down. Mike Wilson. 2-out base hit for Wilson. He's had a couple big hits in this game. This one might not be big, but he has a couple hits now. Clark Heide at the plate. All right, and that's going to retire the side. After 5, San Diego 3, Somerville 1, Nelson Reyes leading things off against Robinette. And strike 3 for Reyes. It's going to bring up Escobar.
You're right. That's the second strikeout of the game.
Escobar hits it hard, but it's going to drop, so it's going to be a 1-out single for Escobar. Escobar is freaking fantastic.
He's been
solid.
Killing
Mike James at the plate. And 2 years ago when we were calling games, he was killing it. And the double play by James, so that's going to retire the side. Bottom of the 6th we go. Seals still up by 2. BJ Swart leading things off against Owen Singleton. Ground out to first. 1 down. Adam Claypool in the game now. Face Jim Green. And he strikes him out. 2 down. Bill Bryce at the plate. And he gets Bill Bryce. So 1, 2, 3 go the Seals on to the top of the 7th. Adam Jointer at the plate. Jointer grounds out to the second baseman, 1 down. Ken Stevens. He's going to ground out to the shortstop, 2 down. Trevino. Trevino flies out to the left fielder. So 1, 2, 3 go the money line in the 7th. Leading things off for the Seals in the bottom half of the 7th is going to be Rengifo. Claypool strikes him out, so Claypool has come in and struck out 3 straight batters. Brumleve at the plate. Make that 4. Glenn Marks. Marks crushes this one. That's going to be a home run. That's going to give the Seals an insurance run. They extend the lead to 4-1. Ryan Wilson.
He's doing a good job getting that ERA down until that happened.
Yeah. Wilson flies out in foul territory. That'll retire the side. Seals add a run, though, 4-1 as we go to the top of the 8th. Melkor leading things off. Robinette's still out there, 104 pitches right now. They're going to lean on him this late in the season, though. Pops it up, 1 down. Next up, Yamashita. Yamashita flies to the right fielder, 2 down. Juliano. Pops it up on the infield. Robinette gets them in order. 1, 2, 3. On to the eighth inning. Bottom half of the eighth inning. Mike Wilson will be leading things off against Joel Greenway. Of course, Greenway was the loser last game. Had to go multiple innings. Oh, no, he wasn't the loser. He's probably the winner, right?
Can't remember.
Came back and won that game, so I don't know if he won, but he didn't lose.
We've got a 1-0
Right.
playoff loss.
Clark Heine at the plate. Greenway gave up the ninth inning lead, I think. Diving play by the right fielder. Trevino, great play out there, and that's going to bring up BJ Swart, 0 for 3 on the game. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Seals. So on to the top of the ninth we go for the money line. Last 3 outs. They're going to have to do it against Brendan Bradshaw again here in Game 6. Nelson Reyes at the plate. If they can't get it done, we're going to have a Game 7 here in the championship. He flies out, 1 down. Frank Escobar at the plate. Escobar grounds out, 2 down. So down to the final out for the money line here in Game 6. Mike James coming to the plate. He grounds out to the second baseman, so the Seals win Game 6. And we are tied 3-3 here. We'll have a decisive Game 7 to crown our 2009 TBL champion. And it's been a close series, back and forth. I think 1 run separates these 2 teams right now in 6 games. So,
Yeah.
player of the game, who was it? I didn't
It was
see.
Craig Robinette.
Craig Robinette, of course.
So.
Yep, so. All right. I think, again, let's just move to Game 7. Take maybe a quick 2 or 3 minute break. I just need to refill my water. And we'll see who takes this down here. Again, we haven't seen anybody win a road game yet in the series.
It's gonna come down to that.
Yep. Can Somerville win on the road, or will the Seals hold serve? All right. I'll be back. All right, here we go. Let's wrap things up. Game 7. Joe Butts versus Ethan Mona. I'm pretty sure Mona is a opener here. Seen this strategy before from Somerville. They got the Game 3 win in this matchup. But that was in Somerville, so let's see if anything changes on the road. Starting off, Miguel Herrera leading things off for the money line here. This is the left-handed lineup for Somerville. Joe Butts has been really good this postseason, although he did get he got in Game 3. It was a low-scoring game, but he got.
He definitely did.
1 out. Juliano at the plate. Two down. Nelson Reyes at the plate. 1, 2, 3 for the money line. Up come the Seals. Leading things off, Mike Wilson. Runs out to the first baseman. Heine at the plate. Two down. DJ Swart. Swart hits this good, but right to the center fielder. 1, 2, 3 go the Seals. On to the second. Blake James. Strike 3.
Looking.
Frank Escobar at the plate. Escobar hits this right good. It's going to be a base hit. Yeah, first hit of the game.
It's Escobar. It's going to drop.
Etheridge back in the lineup. And he lines out 1, 2, or second out. He then fits it to the shortstop, and that's going to retire the side after 1.5. We're scoreless. Leading things off, Jim Green. Green flies out to the right fielder, 1 down. Bill Bryce at the plate. He strikes out. Gonna bring up Rengifo. Grounds out to the second baseman. 1, 2, 3 go the Seals again. On to the third we go. The opener, Mona, gets the job done through 2 innings. Probably going to see a new pitcher at the start of the third. Mario Grotto leading things off for the money line here in the third. Grotto strikes out swinging, 1 down. What's up? Yamashita. Yamashita hits it a hot shot to third, and that's going to be 2 down. He makes a good play on the ball. Miguel Herrera. He lines out to right field. 1, 2, 3 go the money line. Still scoreless. Brumleve leading things off for the Seals against Blake Peterson. Now in the game. This was the combo for the money line in Game 3. Peterson came in and pitched beautifully as a follower. See if he can replicate that game here today. It's going to be a ground out in the infield. Start things off, 1 down. Next up, Glenn Marks. 2 down.
San
Ryan Wilson.
Diego's working him out.
Wilson
Beams him.
hit by pitch. The first base runner of the game for the Seals is a 2-out hit by pitch, and that's going to be Mike Wilson to the plate. And Wilson's hit by the pitch. So both Wilson brothers getting hit there. I don't know if they're related, but this seems like this seems like a family feud issue between the Wilsons and the Petersons. But Clark Heine has plate. Heine is going to ground it up the middle, but the shortstop's there. He's going to throw it over to first. That's going to retire the side. So the Seals get a couple base runners on the bean balls, excuse me. But tied at 0 after 3. On to the 4th we go. Juliano in against Butts. Butts only giving up the 1 hit here through 3 innings. He strikes out Juliano. Reyes at the plate. Reyes gets a hold of this one. That's going to be a home run.
It is.
It's going to give Somerville the 1-0 lead. Mike James to the plate. James strikes out looking. Second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Frank Escobar with 2 out and nobody on. Escobar hits it good, but right to the center fielder. 1-0 on the solo home run by Reyes. The Moneyline take the lead. Bottom of the 4th we go. The Seals have B.J. Swart leading things off. Swart strikes out. 1 down. Jim Green at the plate. Strikes out. He walks, excuse me. Takes a 3-1 pitch for a walk. And Bill Bryce is going to be up with a man on first and 1 out. Bill Bryce grounds it to the shortstop. Onto the second baseman. Onto the first baseman. Double plays, so the runner quickly eliminated. And that's going to do it for the Seals. In the 4th. Onto the 5th we go. Keaton Deathridge leading things off for the money line. He strikes out to start things off. 5th strikeout of the game for Joe Butts. It's going to bring up Ken Stevens. And he's going to ground out. 2 down quickly. Mario Grotto to the plate. And Grotto's going to take the first pitch and line it into right field for a single. So 2 out base runner for the money line, and that will bring up Yamashita. Yamashita hits it to the center fielder, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So 2 on now with 2 out. Miguel Herrera back to the top of the order, 0 for 2 on the game. Full count, and he swings and misses. That is strike 3. Moneyline strand 2. They keep the 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Leading things off for the Seals in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Jose Rengifo. Gifo hits it good and far and gone to right field. 385 feet, and that's going to tie this game up here in the 5th inning. A leadoff home run, Jose Rengifo, and that'll bring up Caleb Bromleve. Bromleve is going to hit this to the center fielder, and that's going to be the first out if he's there. Glenn Marks at the plate. First hit of the game over the fence for the Seals. And ties the game. Marks grounds out, and it's going to bring up Ryan Wilson. And he strikes out. So after 5, we've got a tie game again. 1-1. On to the 6th. Chris Juliano start things off against Butts. And he pops it up in the infield, 1 down. Nelson Reyes, the hitter who got the Somerville money line on the board earlier with a home. 1 for 2 on the day, and he's going to hit this to center field. The center fielder is going to be there, though. It's going to be out number 2. Bring up Mike James. James is in a cold streak. Grounds out. Nope. It's going to get through past the shortstop, so it's going to be a 2-out single for Mike James and a base. Frank Escobar. Clearly cousins with Pablo Escobar. These guys are dangerous men. He grounds out to the shortstop, and that's going to retire the side. After 5.5, still tied at 1. Mike Wilson leading things off for the Seals in the bottom half of the inning. Wilson grounds out to the shortstop, 1 down. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter in Clark Heine. And Heine's going to hit this down the right field line. It's going to drop for a base hit, so a 1-out single for the Seals. BJ Swart at the plate. And they ground out to the shortstop on the first, so they get the double play, and they get the runners. That'll retire the side. After 6, we're still tied at 1. Dethridge leading things off.
It's going to make it.
It's a deep. It's going to be to the center fielder, though. He goes, gets. Great play by Rengifo out there, or excuse me, Wilson out there in center field. Ken Stevens hits it to the center fielder. This one will drop in front of him, so base runner for the money line here in the 7th. Mario Grotto at the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. And he gets this one, but to the center fielder, that's going to be out number 2. We'll bring up Yamashita. Yamashita grounds it out to the third baseman. That will retire the side. After 6.5, we're tied at 1. I keep trying to say scoreless, but we're tied at 1. Coming up for the Seals, Jim Green. Green launches this one. That is going to be a home run. And the Seals take the 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Second long ball of the day for the Seals. Bill Bryce at the plate. Bryce grounds out to the shortstop, 1 down. Rengifo. 2 down. Brumley. Brumley is going to launch this one. All of a sudden, the Seals bats are flexing their muscle. They take a 3-1 lead here. Glenn Marks coming to the plate. Marks hits it well, but a sliding play by Reyes ends the inning. 2 runs for the Seals, so they take a 3-1 lead. Miguel Herrera leading things off for the money line. 6 outs left here for the money line to try to make something happen. And the line out, 1 out. Juliano at the plate. Two outs. Nelson Reyes. Joe Butt's in there, 100 pitches now. Reyes is going to fly out to 1, 2, 3, go to money. The top of the 8th. On the bottom half we go. Ryan Wilson for the Seals. Blake Peterson still in the game. Pop up on the infield will be the first out. That'll bring up the top of the order in Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson hits this well. It's going to drop for a base hit in the right field. So a 1-out base runner for the Seals for Clark Heine. They're going to try to steal. They're going to get there this time. Oh, Wilson down to second. Runner in scoring position now. It's going to be ball 4 on a full count. E.J. Swart at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. He's going to hit into his, I was going to say his second double play of the game, but he just got the runner at second. So we've got first and third for Jim Green.
New pitcher with Danny Estrada.
Danny Estrada coming into the game, a lot of run postseason. I don't think he's allowed an earned run yet. I think he was the guy that gave the bases clearing triple when it was, maybe not. Anyways, the money line get out of the jam there, and they keep 3-1 game. 3 outs remaining here for the money line. Mike James is going to lead things off, and Escobar in the Death Ridge. They're going to do it against Brendan Bradshaw in there for the 3rd straight game. He did have a day off in between. That's going to be a leadoff base hit for the money line. So they've got the tying run coming to the plate in Frank Escobar here. Escobar hits it up the middle.
Ooh.
So first and second now, nobody out. Keaton Deathridge coming to the plate 0 for 3 on the game. He's going to bloop this into right field. It's going to drop. That's going to at least load the base. Sure. We don't want to get thrown out in this position. And all of a sudden, bases loaded, nobody out. Brendan Bradshaw on his, again, 3rd day of work here in a row. Not pitching well. Manny Alvarado
Pinch
at the
hitting.
plate. Pinch hitting, yeah, in this situation. See what he can do. 3-2 count. Going to fly out to the center fielder. Are they going to tag? They're not.
They did not
They held the
tag.
runner. So just 1 out here. It's going to bring in another pinch hitter in Chris Flowers now. And he walks.
Walks
He's
in a
going to
row.
walk on 4 pitches. Bradshaw, hopefully not looking rattled here. 3-2 now. I don't know if you want to go pitch by pitch here on this or if you just want to play it out.
I don't know what to do here, yeah.
Let's go pitch by pitch. Switch it. There's a little tab button. All right, let's see. Pitch by pitch here. Bases loaded. 3-2 game. 1 out. Jesus Trevino pinch hitting. He's struggled this postseason. It's questionable. Maybe they want him. They think he can come up big here. And that's going to be strike 1 on the outside corner. And that's going to be ball 1 on the check swing. They hit this foul 1 and 2.
I didn't know that they had foul balls in here.
1-2 pitch, and that's going to be low ball. 2-2 count. And he grounds it to the shortstop. They go home for first. Do they turn it? I think he's safe.
I think he's safe as well.
He is. So they get the second out. The bases are still going to be loaded here. It's going to bring up Miguel Herrera with the season on the line. Let's see. That's going
And
to be a
that
grind
is
of the shortstop.
ball
First pitch,
game.
it's close to the second base, and the Seals are the 2009 champions. They defeat the money line 3-2 in Game 7, and my worst nightmare has been completed with the Sasquatches and the Seals winning back-to-back years.
He
I
couldn't
need a
let
title.
me be tied for him for one season.
Oh my goodness. What a great series though, for real. Close all the
Joe
way.
Butts was the player of the game, and BJ Swart
DJ
was the
Swart.
MVP.
He was MVP of 2 series, I think, right?
Must
I'm
be.
clicking. Click on his name. I think he was MVP of the wild card too, or something.
No.
Divisional championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, whew. Well, another season in the wraps. We got a lot of work to do to turn the file over to Adam. We'll figure that out tonight. We'll get a file out. Then we'll start up the new season tomorrow night. I think. I'm gonna look at the off-season schedule from last year, but
All right. Congrats, Alex.
cool. Yep. Congrats, Alex. Nice season.
And
Congrats,
congrats to
JR. Nice
JR as
season as
well.
well. Yep,
That was quite the series. Went pitch
for
by
sure.
pitch at the end. So
Seals had to win back-to-back Game Sevens, take that championship. So,
crazy,
all right,
crazy.
I'm out. Good game.
Good games. Catch you guys later.